Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Blood on the Razor Wire TV, where we bring it to you real and we bring it to you raw. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that notification button too, and definitely leave a comment. Comments are important. We got to grow this channel. Like I said before, it's not me, it's not my channel, it's our channel, and the mission is our mission to save kids from life imprisonment and premature death. You know, that's kind of the way that we started out, but there seems like there's a lot of young men that have been writing me and saying, Chad, your videos are helping me out. So you know what? I'm glad that they're helping you. I hope that they help you make a change in any decision making that you make. Decision making that might be leading you down the wrong road, or where you're throwing bricks at the penitentiary just waiting to get there. But anyway, there's been a lot of questions about prison food. So we're going to talk about prison food, especially now, what it's like during COVID-19. What is it like? So I'm going to tell you what people were eating yesterday, Saturday. Yesterday was the 29th, and most of you know that I have a lot of connections in the prison system. I still have a lot of friends in there, a lot of good dudes that I left behind. So they send me stuff. So I want you to see what they got for breakfast yesterday at one of the penitentiaries, one of the federal maximum security prisons. This was breakfast. I mean, that's breakfast. Let's look at that. There's a pear, an old muffin. These muffins, they've been giving out these muffins for years. And a lot of times, any of the brothers that have been in prison that got these muffins, and even the women, sometimes they got mold on them. Sometimes you can't eat them. Sometimes you can't even eat these things. And then you got the pear. Sometimes you get an apple. And then you get this like welfare cereal. I used to call it wood chips because when you would eat it, it would stick in your teeth. And usually when they bring a bag lunch to your cell during the COVID-19 stuff or during a lockdown, this is what you get. You get these we call them bag lunches, but really it's a bag breakfast, right? So you get this bag breakfast with this old welfare cereal, wood chips. They stick to the interior of your teeth. You ever eat popcorn and it gets stuck to your teeth? You're like, man, popcorn tastes good, but man, I ain't eating popcorn no more because of this. Well, that's how that cereal is. It also comes with powdered milk. Get these little aluminum foil packages of powdered milk. Me personally, I don't think I had powdered milk since last time my mom had a WIC check. That was probably, 35 years ago. In New York, they give out WIC checks. I don't know if they do that, all over the country, but you would get that powdered milk and the juicy juice. But anyway, I haven't drank powdered milk since I was 5. And even sitting in prison, I refused to drink powdered milk. If they brought real milk, I would drink that. But powdered milk, never. That would never happen. So you get that in the morning. How long do you think that would last a grown man? What if the warden's wife served him that for breakfast? There's some people out there that think because you're a prisoner that that's okay to feed you like that. But honestly, that's not okay to feed people like that. You don't feed a grown man like that. I don't think you should feed a kid in daycare like that. But that's your breakfast. How long would that last you? Would that take you through the day? Would that carry you to lunch? I say no. But understand this. If you're on the wrong path, if you make irrational, irresponsible choices, this will be your breakfast. I've seen these breakfasts over 18 years many, many times. Sadly, many, many times. I don't want you to have to eat that for breakfast. But let's look at the lunch. Here's the lunch. Wow. That's all I could say sometimes is, wow. Let's take a look at these flour tortillas, right? There's eggs on one tortilla, but there's 2 tortillas. And you look in the tray, there's no meat. What is this? You think that's going to fill you up after that breakfast? Definitely not. It's not going to happen. They give you 2 tortillas, but only enough eggs to put in one. And then they got these potatoes. I mean, this is prison food, man. This is prison food. There's a misconception that brothers in federal prison are eating good. They're eating steak. They got tennis courts. Does that look like steak to you? Definitely not, man. Definitely not. And let's look at dinner. This is the chili, right? This is the all-purpose chili, man. They give you this stuff maybe 2-3 times a week sometimes in federal prison. You got the unseasoned white rice. Sometimes it comes with corn. You got to have a whole bottle of hot sauce to put on this rice because this stuff is horrible. But it gets even worse. Sometimes the rice comes uncooked. You ever had to eat uncooked rice because you were hungry? And I'm not just saying this, man. I lived this life, man. I've eaten uncooked rice when I was sitting in the hole. I've taken the uncooked rice and stuck it in a milk carton at times. And I stuck it in a milk carton and I tried to put hot water out in it from the sink just to soften it up, man. Because I was so hungry, man, I needed something to eat. And I couldn't, man, I just had to eat it, man. Sometimes you just got to eat this stuff, man. Because you're so hungry. And there's nothing else. And I've seen brothers eat apple cores in there, man. I know people that eat orange peels. One time I was in the hole with this dude that was a little bit, touched mentally. And he used to put tooth powder on bread. And he'd tell me, Chad, these are prison peppermint patties. He put tooth powder on it, on the bread, and wet it a little bit, and he'd eat it. There's commissary, right? So we got commissary. We can buy things. But if you don't have any money, man, you got to survive off this. Some brothers survive off soups. And let me tell you something. In federal prison, they got jobs that pay you $5 a month, man. $12 a month. $18 a month. Those are the average jobs right now. Yeah, you might have heard about dudes working in the factory and people making money. That's a thing of the past, man. That people used to make money in them factories, but that was completely a thing of the past. That stuff, working in them factories, now you're making $80, $90 a month, man. If you get overtime, you're making $200. I mean, you can survive, in prison off that. As long as you ain't drinking, drugging, smoking, doing things you ain't supposed to be doing. Things that are destroying your body. But how about them guys that make $10, $12 a month? You got to buy soap. You got to buy deodorant. I've literally seen dudes go and buy soap, deodorant, and 10 soups. They eat one soup a day. And then for the other 4 days on the 2-week cycle, they don't have nothing to eat, man. They don't have nothing to eat. Sometimes dudes have to save whatever little bit they got. Their soups, they're like, I'm going to save these soups for a special day. What is a special day in prison? Special day is the day when they have something on the tray, man, that you just can't eat. So you got to have 2 of them backup soups. Those are your backups. Those are ones you put in the back of your locker you don't touch unless it's absolutely necessary. I had those days, man. I had those days in prison. Prison, all days in prison aren't glorified, man. When you're really living in prison, it's not a prison movie, man. It's not an hour and a half, 2-hour prison movie. This stuff's real, man. This is real life. This is how it really is. This is the life that you're going to live. This is the food that you're going to eat. And holiday meals. It's Memorial Day. So what do you think they're eating tomorrow? What do you think they're eating in the federal penitentiary tomorrow? In the USPs and the FCIs? In the Lowe's? The camps probably eat a little better from what I hear. I'm going to tell you what they're eating tomorrow. Almost every single holiday, like the 4th of July or Memorial Day, Labor Day, Martin Luther King Day, they want to serve you barbecue chicken. Or they give you 1 hamburger and 2 hot dogs, some potato salad with hard potatoes. But the one thing that I always remember about federal prison, they bring out the grills, they get the chicken going, it smells good. You're sitting in your cell and you're like, man, you can smell it, man, because they're actually grilling this stuff outside. You're smelling it. And you start to think about home and you think about the 4th of July and fireworks and being with your family. Or you might think about family reunions or, a grandmother's birthday party or, your uncle's party, man, at the park. People are out there grilling and you're smelling it. And I used to trick myself, man. I used to think this time it's going to be all right. This time they're going to cook the chicken. That's what I'm talking about, cooked chicken. Because every time there's a holiday, you go to get the food, the chicken is not cooked. It's always raw, man. They got it on the grill, but it's always raw. But when I would smell it, I'd think, man, this 4th of July, it's going to be cooked. And I'd get there and it'd be disappointing. Usually watermelon, barbecue chicken, potato salad. Or you get them burgers. The burgers are so bad you can't eat them. They're pink slime. For those of you that don't know what pink slime is, go ahead and Google it. Pink slime meat. It's horrible, man. They can cook the burgers as long as they want. But as soon as you bite into it, it's all pink and slimy. I don't think it's real meat. I quit eating beef in prison. I would eat roast beef, that's it. But any other type of beef, the meatloaf, the hamburger meat that they use for the meatloaf is so bad. It's such a low grade that it just falls apart. This stuff just falls apart. I don't want to see you live like that, man. I don't want to see you go to bed hungry at night because I know what it feels like, man. I've been there. I lived that life. I'm going to bed hungry. You want to go to bed hungry? You want to live that life? And let me tell you something else about going to the chow hall in prison, man. Some of the most dirtiest places you'll ever see. I remember I went 27 days without going to the kitchen to eat. Now that don't mean I didn't eat. I ate in the unit. I ate out of my locker. But I'm going to tell you why I didn't go, because I was in USP Coleman. And I was in the kitchen, sitting down, and we were eating. And a mouse fell from the ceiling right onto the table, man. Came out of the light. It just fell on the table. It just messed me up mentally, man, to see a mouse in the kitchen fall out of the light. Fall right on the table. I got up and I left, man. And I didn't go back for 27 days, but eventually I felt like I had to go back to the chow hall because I needed some type of vegetables. I felt like I needed vitamins, like I was weak. I didn't have power because I had been eating rice and pasta from the commissary with pepperoni chopped up in it and black beans. You get tired of eating that stuff too, man. The commissary gets old, man. It gets old quick. And any brothers or sisters that are watching this video, you know when you get to a prison, you want to see the commissary list first. Because food is the main priority. You look at that commissary list, you're like, man, they got this, they got that. And you feel happy. But 2 months later, you look at that same commissary list and you're like, tired of this shit, man. Tired of eating the same old thing every day, man. Same old thing. And in federal prison, we don't have microwaves no more, man. The Federal Bureau of Prisons decided we shouldn't have microwaves. So brothers had to resort to other things, making grilled cheese with irons. You know, I fried rice with an iron before. How did you do that, Chad? I don't know, maybe we'll do it in a video. Maybe I'll show you how to fry rice with a iron. But I would put it on a cardboard box. I'd put butter on the rice, and I'd put the iron on and start frying it. And then I'd take water and sprinkle the water on it and fry it some more. I mean, that's how we're living in there, man. We had to make stingers that we plug into the wall. Make a stinger, plug it into the wall, boil water, put your food in a garbage bag, drop that in the hot water, and let it ride. And that water boils and it looks like it's hot, and you know, you get your food, you put it in a bowl, and it's not even hot, man. That's the life you live, man. That's prison food, man. Prison food 101. Not my life no more, man. That's one of the motivating factors to never go to prison, to never go back to prison. Because being hungry sucks, man. Being hungry is one of the worst things in the world. To me, at least. Blood on the Razor Wire TV. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Make the right decisions, man. Share the video.